Was there anything, at least maybe early on, that you kind of wish you might have done differently or handled in a way that, or maybe it was something where you didn't do something and it helped you grow and you realized like, hey, this didn't work out, but I realized it led me to this other thing that I liked?
I feel like our business has grown every single year. I thank God for that. I mean, it's a definite blessing from God. We've never had a year where we haven't grown, but I tend to be a little bit more conservative, not just with my own company, but even the companies that we work with. And I think that given dealing the same set of cards, and I'm sort of throwing mud on my own self with this, dealing with the same set of cards that we have, there's other people that probably could have grown the company to a larger company than what I've grown it to. But I've tended to be much more methodical, much more conservative, much more not getting in over our heads and things like that. Now that's led to steady growth over a period of, going on 9 years. But I wouldn't say it's a mistake, but I would say that it definitely is a decision I made that probably has resulted in the company not being quite as large as it could be. I'd say as far as things that I didn't do, I would say the benefit of that is that decision I made on the retrospect has alleviated a lot of stress from me. I mean, to me, if I would have went full guns and had lots of employees and lots of office space and everything like that, and had the revenue really coming in, what a lot of people don't think about is that's also, I take a personal responsibility for anybody that works for this company. So for me to have 15, 20 people working for us, that's a lot of weight on my shoulders to be like, I got to take care of these people. So one of the things I think, it's held the company back being conservative, but it's also reduced a lot of stress on me that I haven't had to think about during COVID and everything like that. I knew we were going to be fine. Where, if I had 15 employees and 2,500 square feet of office space and things like that, I would have been a lot more stressed as we went through COVID.
Yeah, I think that's a lot of business owners' kind of dilemma. Like you mentioned before, it's having those tasks that you want to delegate out, but you want to have that control and letting go and finding that balance, I think is something that a lot of business owners probably struggle with, and trying to find that right, like money's coming in, but I want to keep the staff lower. And so just kind of wrestling with that, I'm sure, is something that a lot of people will have to deal with.
Yeah. I mean, going into COVID, and a lot of people might be like, wow, that's like going into COVID when we started to see what it was. I literally took and I've still continued to do this to this day. I set up basically an emergency fund for the company that if revenue went to zero, like literally zero for a period of 3 months, everybody could still get paid. All the bills could get paid, everything without a single dime coming in for 3 months. I mean, for a lot of people, that'd be like, that's a lot of money sitting on the sidelines. It could be being put to work to make more money. But for me, I slept a lot better at night knowing that. And I felt like I was taking care of my employees better by knowing that they don't have to worry that they're a paycheck away from losing their job. Like at the worst case scenario, we had a 3-month runway.